Hey, welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today I'm going to get to use my new toy. I'm sure most people that are into home brewing beer, half the fun is getting new toys. So I got this bottle tree that I'm going to use while I'm sanitizing my bottles so that they'll dry out. That piece doesn't want to go on. Let's try this one. Okay. I mean, it doesn't look like there's any specific order to these, but let's see. So I don't think I'll need that many, but we'll build it up to a fourth tier. And I'm going to be mixing up my Star San solution and get to sanitizing everything, so stay tuned. I'll be back in a minute to do that. So, if any of you see my last episode, you'll remember I was talking about making the Star San solution. I like to put the water in the container first. If I do it in reverse, if I put the solution in first, when I add the water, I get a mountain of bubbles. So I'm going to try and avoid that. So let's see. Looks like we get the water a little hot. Fill this up to about 2.5 gallons. The mixture says 2 ounces dissolved into 5 gallons of water. It helps if you remember to, if there's a spout on your container, that you make sure it's off before you start filling water. I'm just going to do 2.5 gallons and 1 ounce of the Star San. I'm going to mix that up good, and I'm going to use that to sanitize my bottling hose, my bottle washer here, a bunch of bottles here that I'm going to dunk in this little container, this little doohickey, and put them on my new tree. So, if I wasn't worrying about recording, I probably would make fewer mistakes and things would probably go a little bit smoother, but what's the fun in that? I like the challenge, you know? No need to bore everybody with this. I'm going to mix this up and start sanitizing some things, and I'll be right back. Alright, you only missed about 3 or 4 little mishaps more than I've had. I bought these little gaskets off Amazon. Some of the swing tops are getting a little dry rotted, I guess from washing them in super hot water, so I'm just going to peel that right off. Just going to have them all sanitized together here in this little... So let me get started. So basically just take the bottles and use my doohickey to wash the inside. I know everybody, I've heard Brian say this numerous times, and other YouTubers I've watched, don't fear the suds. So I'm going to be doing this for about the next 10 or 15 minutes, and I'll be back. So my other gloves are getting a little hot. I don't know why so many requests to show the gloves, but alright, here's another one. I'm not saying I have an OnlyFans account for putting gloves on or anything. I'm also not saying that. So there we go. I put a little the Star San down in this brew kettle and immersed my hose that I'm going to use to transfer my beer from the fermenter into this little Brew Demon fermenter. This. I don't have a bottling wand, so I use this to actually, and you've seen or you will see that I use that valve there to kind of fill the bottles. So next thing I'm going to do is cover this sugar. I'm going to add a little more sugar because I have more than the 2.5 gallons that this kit was supposed to produce. I've got about 3 and change, I think. So I'm going to add a little more sugar to this, and I'm going to do a batch mix into this Brew Demon. And once I've transferred the beer in there. So, stick around. So I'm going to use this little pot to make my sugar solution. So I'm going to hit this really good with the Star Sen. I mean, since it's going to get heated up, I don't know if I have to, but I'm paranoid about anything getting in my beer that shouldn't. So I hit everything that's going to come into contact with it, with the Star Sen, and I've heard a lot of other people say they do too, so that is why I do that. Okay, here we go. I measured out 1 ounce more of sugar. I'm hoping that's not going to cause any fizz bombs. Gonna add this heat slowly once I get the right burner turned on here. Last time I accidentally dropped a little bit of this onto the burner and it smelled like marshmallows, roasted marshmallows. So if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, or told any of your friends, look at this idiot, he doesn't know what the hell he's doing. Please don't. I don't want this channel to grow too big. I don't want any of my friends or family to see me doing this. They'll laugh at me and call me a nerd. You know, my ego just can't handle that. Plus, you know, a lot of YouTubers will bore you with the, you know, oh, like and subscribe if you like, you know. Oh, blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to waste your time with nonsense. I'm pretty sure you found this channel. You know how YouTube works. You need some people like me who can barely brew over beer telling you how to use YouTube. You already know that. But this is getting a little soupy. I know that eventually it turns clear, and that's when I'm going to dump it in the beer and mix it really good. So just stick around, and that'll be coming. So you can see this solution was started out just sugar, barely covered with water, and I slowly heated it to this clear solution, sugary solution, and I'm gonna just let that cool to the point where I could like put my hand there and leave it. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna remove my bubbler. I thought I was. Here we go. All right, and soon I'll be revealing the fermented beer within. And there's our pill. Remember we discussed that? I'm gonna do a little thing on that. It sure smells good. You can see a little bit of that yeast cake. I think Brian was referring to that as yeast cake on the sides there. When I'm done, as tired as I am, and I would love to just sit down on a couch and finish the night from there, but I will be scrubbing this and getting it nice and clean with some OxyClean for my next brew. Bombs away. So I'm using this to drain out of the fermenter into the Brew Demon fermenter that I will use as my bottling bucket. Again, I'm going to stir in the priming sugar, and then I'm going to start bottling. And that's what we have left in the bottom. so I can move it around a little. You can see that tube down there. And I've got just about 3 gallons in the Brew Demon. I'm finally ready to start putting some beer in the bottles. Again, I don't know that I'm going to record every minute of that, but let me give this one more stir since it's been sitting here. I've watched my buddy Brian's bottling videos. He's got one of those bottling wands, and boy does that make this job look easier. I'm gonna start getting into kegging, something I said I wasn't interested in, but after coming this far I figured why the heck not. But I still think eventually I'll end up with a bottling wand for just such an occasion. It's like a baby bottle. Why does this one look smaller than all the rest? You see that? Is this Grolsch on it? Those Grolsch bottles handmade or something maybe? Was that a factory second? Something a little bit relaxing about this, filling these up. I think next time I'm going to put my own music on and not film because, or record I should say, because I don't want to get a YouTube copyright infringements, but I think it would be fun sitting here cranking out some tunes. A little warm in here. I don't have my central AC on yet, and it's unseasonably warm out there. I'm more of a cold-blooded might have to sanitize a few more bottles here. We'll see. Ooh. I think that's a wrap. So we will have a cracking open party when these finish finishing.